Hi everyone, welcome to my very first WIP and chat. I am participating in a diamond paint with friends for February, and the theme is Love is in the Air. And so I thought this would be a good time to do a little WIP and chat and kind of show you my progress as I work on this. So if you're not familiar with a WIP and chat, it's just like a WIP is a work in progress, and so you just kind of work on something and just have a little chat, talk about whatever you want. So I wanted to do one of these for the first time. But first, before I get started, I wanted to kind of show you my progress that I've made so far on this canvas. This one is it's a 40 by 60, so it's a pretty big sized canvas, but so far I just got the bottom row done here, and then just a little section right here. So I'm going to be working on this little area right here during this. So I thought this would be a good time to do this, to talk to you guys. I've never done one of these before, so just wanted to kind of let you guys get to know me a little better while I work on this. Let's figure out what color to start with first here. I'll do the W's here. So I'm not always super great about continuing talking, especially while I'm working on one of these. I'm definitely not used to it because I usually am not talking while I diamond paint. So I'm going to try my best here to do this. So to start off, my name is Caitlin, and a lot of people in my family call me like Katie or Kate sometimes. So that's kind of where the Katie comes from for my channel name, Katie Art. And I am 28 years old. I live in Illinois. I've lived here my whole life, but I have done a lot of traveling. So I've been to lots of other places. I have been married for about a year and a half now. We've actually been, my husband and I, we've been together for like 12 years now, but we've only been married for a year and a half. So, and I have 2 daughters. I have an 8-year-old, and then I also have a 2-year-old. My 2-year-old, she is definitely in those toddler stages. She's been kind of difficult lately, but she's the cutest. And I am a stay-at-home mom. Very fortunate to get to be a stay-at-home mom. I've been staying home since I was pregnant with my 2-year-old. When I was pregnant with her, when I got pregnant with her, that's when I started to stay home. And it can be a lot, but I enjoy getting to do that. And I get a lot of people also asking me, like, if I'm working or if I plan on going back to work. I will eventually, but right now it just kind of works out well for us, for me to stay at home with them. It just kind of works out well. But that's part of the reason why I also don't do a lot of videos like this, because since I have them here, I don't get a lot of like quiet time to record videos like this. So that's why I do a lot of the time-lapse videos. And I'm not quite sure how long this video will be, but it'll probably be maybe a little bit longer than some of my other ones. And then let's see. So in my free time, I pretty much just do like a lot of crafting, different kinds of crafting stuff. So I do, and if you watch my YouTube channel a lot, you'll kind of see all the different stuff I do. I like to do a variety of things. So diamond painting is probably one of the main things I do. Just probably because it's such a quick, easy craft to do. Now, like some of these larger canvases take a long time to do, but it's very simple, easy to do, especially with having kids. My oldest daughter, my 8-year-old, she will sometimes do some of her own diamond painting, but she gets kind of bored with it and doesn't do it very quickly, so I usually end up having to finish her projects for her because she doesn't always finish them, or just takes such a long time to do it, and she kind of gets tired of doing it. So I usually end up having to finish her projects for her, but she likes to do it, and sometimes I'll let her help me with some of mine. And then my 2-year-old, of course, she likes to try to come over here and mess with all my stuff, but she usually won't mess with it if I'm not over here, though, which is good. But she has definitely spilled my drills and has made messes of my stuff sometimes, but I'm just used to it and kind of expect it sometimes. Luckily, it's never been anything too bad to where it's usually an easy cleanup or not that big of a deal. So other than diamond painting, I do also post a lot of like paint by numbers. I do a lot of those also. And then I used to post scratch art on my channel too, but I haven't done quite as much of that recently. I actually just finished up a scratch art not that long ago, but I didn't make a video on it. I just been kind of doing it on the side. But the one that I just finished up, I probably had been working on for I probably had been working on it for over a year. I hadn't really hardly been doing much of any scratch art stuff lately, but I decided to start doing some again. But I decided not to do a video for it. And then I also cross stitch. I do I do unboxing videos for the cross stitch stuff, but I don't really do any other videos with those. But I do like to share pictures of them once I'm all done with them. And I just have been cross stitching for about a year now, so I've only really finished altogether. I've only finished I think like three or four different cross stitches. So crafting is mostly what I do in my free time. But I do also occasionally, besides crafting, I do like to, I'll do like puzzles sometimes, which I haven't done a lot of lately, but I will do them. I'll do them occasionally. And then I also like to read sometimes. I actually have been getting into reading a lot more lately. I used to read like a bunch when I was in school, and then I kind of stopped doing it as much, especially after having kids. I just didn't really didn't take a lot of time to sit down and read, but lately I have been reading a lot more, so That's been kind of nice to get back into. And the kind of books I like to read, I'll read, so pretty much any kind of fiction book I'll read. I don't really have like a specific genre. I'll read pretty much anything. It could be romance, mysteries, fantasy, really anything. I'll read pretty much anything. All right, let's switch colors here. And this one, this kit, the drills came pre-bagged, which was really nice. I don't usually like kit them up anyway special. I just leave them however they come. But these ones came pre-bagged, so it's really nice. Easier to work with them that way. And I actually just recently got this tray also. And this is like really my first time using it. But I like it. It's a nice tray. Alright, what else about me do I want to tell you? Oh, we have a dog. His name is Ace. He's like he's like a pit bull. Some type of pit bull. You might hear him sometimes in the background of my videos. He doesn't bark a lot, but sometimes when he's sleeping, he will make a lot of noise. And there has been a few times when I'm recording and he'll start to like have a dream or something and he'll be really loud in the background. But I usually like record these videos. Like my oldest daughter, she's at school right now. And then my toddler, she's asleep. She's taking a nap right now. So if I sound like I'm being kind of quiet, that's part of the reason why, is because she's napping and I don't want her to wake up. But I don't get a lot of... She's not been wanting to nap as much lately. Or she's been more difficult with putting down for a nap, so it's kind of hard to do videos like these. But she's napping right now, so I was able to sit down and do this. But I would like to maybe try to start doing more of these WIP and chats if I can think of stuff to talk about. I'm not one to usually just jabber on a lot about things. But maybe sometime I can try to do, I'd like to maybe try to do like a Q&A sometime. So if you guys ever have any questions for me, let me know and I will try to maybe squeeze in a Q&A sometime. That way I have more things, other things I can talk about, and I can answer questions while I do this. We also just recently, this past year, it was back in September, and I know I kind of mentioned it before, we went on a cruise with a bunch of our family. It was our first time going on a cruise. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing that. I know cruising's not for everyone, but we enjoyed it a lot. We were kind of hesitant about it at first, but we decided to go because we had a bunch of families. Some of my cousins and my mom and sister all went. It was a big group of us. There was like 20 of us all together that went, and it was a lot of fun. But we do like to travel when we can. And like to visit different places. We've been to a bunch of different places. Probably one of my favorite places we've been to is Colorado. I really love the mountains, and I know I've talked about this before. So living in Illinois, everything around here is just like cornfields and mostly flat areas. So getting to see the Rocky Mountains for the first time was really cool. We've been there twice now, and that was probably one of my favorite places to go. I do like to hike. I don't hike a lot just because there's not a lot of places around here to hike, but when I get the chance, I do enjoy it. We've been talking about, my husband and I, we've been talking about what we want to do for our vacation this year. And we've been talking about maybe taking our kids to Disney, maybe. My oldest daughter, she's been to Disney. We took her to Disney when she was 2. So she's been, but she was young, so she doesn't really remember it. And then that's the last time we've been, and that was also my husband's first time going. I've been to Disney. That was my 3rd time to Disney. I've been to Disney three times now. And we've been maybe talking about doing that because since my youngest is still, since she's 2, she is free to get into Disney. So we've been talking about maybe trying to go before she turns 3. She also really likes Mickey Mouse right now, so I think she would enjoy it. What about you guys? Have any of you guys been to Disney? What do you guys think about Disney? It is definitely very, very pricey, but it's definitely a fun place for kids. Like if we didn't have kids, then we definitely wouldn't, that would not be our first choice of vacation, but we want to do it for our kids. We think they'll really enjoy it at the ages they are right now. I'm also kind of curious to know, like, what kind of stuff you guys like to see besides, like, on, like, YouTube, what kind of stuff you guys like to watch besides, like, the diamond painting stuff, or, like, what kind of videos, what other kind of videos you would want to see from me. I mean, I want to stick to, like, doing, like, crafting stuff, but I've mainly just been doing my channel. I started it with just doing time lapses, and then this past year I got the opportunity to start doing like the unboxings. I got like PR packages from companies. They'll send me different sites will send me things, and then I do an unboxing for them, and I've really been getting to enjoy it. I've been enjoying getting to do that. That's been a lot of fun. Something different for me, because I just started out with just doing like the time lapses, and that was I just mostly did that because, like I said, with kids, it can be difficult to get a quiet time to just sit down and talk and record. So with the time lapses, it doesn't necessarily have to be quiet because I don't use the sound. I just put music over it. But my goal this year is to try out different things. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this WIP and chat. That's something new for me. I wanted to try out, and I would like to try to do more of these. I just don't always feel like I have a ton of stuff to talk about. But I figured with this first one, it'd be a good way to kind of let you guys get to know me a little better. But my goal this year, like I said, is to try out more things other than just the time lapses and then the unboxings, of course. So if you guys have any ideas of what you would like to see, let me know. I'll definitely see what I can do or try out different things. Let's do the case. And I also am really wanting to participate more in some of these different events that people do. I know I see a lot of like the diamond paint with friends. I've seen a lot of people do those, and so I decided to do this one because I already had the canvases that I could use for it, because I'm doing this one, I'm doing this canvas, and then I have another canvas that I should be able to get done for it also. But I really want to do a lot more this year, so if you guys know of any other events this year, I know of some of the other ones already that are going on. But if there's any you guys know about, let me know. And I might try to do them. If I have a canvas form that I can do, then I'll try to do them. I just don't like to have to spend a lot of, I just don't want to have to necessarily buy a special kit or canvas to do for any of them. But if I have one in my stash already that I could do for it, then I would like to try to do them. I know some people do, like, I know with some of the Paint with Friends, some of them are, they want you to do like a specific canvas, or like some of them are, they only want you to do like the licensed canvases, which would be like the ones from like Diamond Art Club and the places like that. I know some people only like to do those kits. I don't do a lot of those. I do like them. I have done some of like the Diamond Art Clubs, and they do have nice kits. I just don't do a lot of them because they're very expensive, and I don't like to spend a lot of extra money on this stuff, especially because I have so many kits in my stash already. I was actually going through my stash not that long ago, and I had I want to say I had around like 70 canvases or 70 kits that I have not done yet. So I have a ton of stuff in my stash. I'm really trying to get through a lot of them this year. I would really like to get through a lot of them this year. And I mean, my stash continues to grow just because I've been able to get a lot of the PR packages. I haven't gotten a lot recently, but the past few months I really had a lot. So my stash has really grown from doing those, from getting the unboxings. And for those of you that diamond paint, I'm kind of curious, do you know, if you guys know how many you have in your stash that you haven't done yet? I'm kind of curious to see what other people have. And I'm also one of those people with like my diamond painting stuff. I know some people will like have like multiple going at once. I only like to do one diamond painting at a time. I cannot have multiple going on at once. So like I'm working on this one now, and I won't start another one until this one is 100% complete. I know some people have like multiple WIPs going on at once, but I definitely cannot do that. One, just because I definitely don't have the space to do multiple at a time. And then also, I just like to focus on getting the one done before I start multiple projects. Now I will do like I do have like a cross stitch that I'm currently working on also, but I just kind of do that like on the side. Like I've mentioned before that I like to do the cross stitches when I'm just like sitting down watching TV or something. I like to, when I'm watching TV or movies or whatever, I like to have something to do while I'm doing it. I have a hard time just like sitting and concentrating on the movie. I like to keep my hands busy. So I'll usually like cross stitch or something while I'm watching TV. So I do have a cross stitch that I've been working on. And actually it's the cross stitch I'm working on now is my big Lord of the Rings one that I got. It's probably been a few months ago now, but I got like this big Lord of the Rings. It's a counted cross stitch, so it's gonna take me a while, and it's like it's a 40 by 40, which for cross stitch that's really big. Cross stitches take a long time to do, especially the bigger ones. So that one is definitely going to be one that's going to take me a very long time to get done. And I did actually, like I said, I just finished up a scratch art not that long ago. And then I did actually recently just start up another one. But I decided not to really do videos on that. I would like to maybe eventually do some more scratch art videos, but right now I'm just kind of doing them for fun on the side and just doing them when I can rather than trying to worry about doing a video for it. So I do have a scratch art also that I'm working on. So I like to kind of switch back and forth between the crafts that I'm working on, just so I don't get burnout on doing one thing. I like to do multiple things, but I like to do multiple different like craft things, but not like multiple of the same craft. Except for, I will say, for cross stitch, I have been occasionally like having like doing more than one, just because with like the cross stitch it takes so long to do, and I sometimes get tired of working on the same one, especially with those really big ones. So like sometimes I will go ahead and start another kit just to kind of take a break from the bigger ones. And then like with my paint by numbers, I usually will like switch back and forth between like diamond painting and paint by numbers. So like if I'm doing a diamond painting, I won't have a paint by number going until after I'm done with the diamond painting. I'll usually do like, and you can kind of see this with my videos that I post, I'll usually do like like 3 or 4 diamond paintings, and then I'll do a paint by number, and then I'll like take a break from diamond painting and do a paint by number. And the reason why I do it that way is because like I was saying, the diamond painting stuff is such a simple craft to do. Like it there's not much to it. It's just placing the diamonds on the canvas, and it doesn't take very long. The paint by numbers take me a little bit longer to do, so I don't do as many of those as I do like the diamond painting stuff. But I will say I got for Christmas, I got a ton of new paint by number kits. So I'm really excited to get into doing some of those. All right, let's see. Do the H's next. And this canvas that I'm doing, it has a lot of like, the background is just like all white. So it has a lot of white, but I thought this would kind of be a good area to work on while I talk to you guys, because it's has all this color in it right here rather than just the white. Like when I showed you like what I had done so far, it was mostly just the white background that I've done so far. So I'm glad to be getting into some of the color. I get kind of, when I have a lot of color blocking to do like that, like in the background when it's just all that solid color, I get kind of bored of doing that. And it makes it not quite as enjoyable to do. So I'm glad I'm finally into some more of the pretty colors here. This one has a lot of like different shades of pinks in it for the flowers. Oh, and I know I've talked about this. You've probably heard me mention this before, but my cross stitch that I'm working on made me think about this. But I am obsessed with Lord of the Rings. That's like one of my favorite movie series of all times. So that's why I'm super excited about that cross stitch that I'm working on now. I wanted to get to it right away because I love Lord of the Rings. And I actually, just for the first time, I want to say it was like this last year, I read through the books for the first time. And I really enjoyed them. I watched the movies first before I of course watched the movies first before I ever read the books, because like I said, I just read the books for the first time this past year. And I've seen the movies. I've watched through the movies like multiple times. That is my favorite movie series. But I know I've mentioned that before because I've gotten some different Lord of the Rings stuff that I've shown. Or maybe just my cross stitch. My cross stitch might have been really the only like Lord of the Rings thing that I've really got, because I haven't really found a lot of diamond painting stuff that's Lord of the Rings, or like the ones that they have I don't really care for that much. So I haven't done too much like Lord of the Rings diamond painting, but I have done one. There was one I did. I did it way early on when I like very first started diamond painting. And I have a video of it. I did make a video for it. It's like way earlier on in my channel when I first started posting videos. So if you want to go back and watch it, you can. But it was like a scene. It was like a scenery from like Rivendell from Lord of the Rings, and I just thought it was super cool. But yeah, doing that cross stitch, talking about that cross stitch kind of made me think about that. All right, I am all done with the H's. All right, I think I got a good portion of this area done. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop there for now, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I just wanted you guys to get to know me a little better. So I hope you learn a few things about me. And so I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching. Bye.